Okay. Welcome to DojoX Meditation Sangha. Thank you for being here tonight. Remind you of a couple things about diaphragmatic breathing, breathing into your belly. See if you can let your belly rest forward when you take an inhalation, which most people breathe in and they suck in their tummy, is like I used to do, and then now it's, can I take a breath and let it come forward and rest naturally and let it expand naturally. And then when I breathe out, that it contracts really naturally. I don't force it in or out. My gaze is a 45-degree angle looking in front of you with a nice wide, broad vision. And then the mudra again. Your left hand, your right hand, and your thumbs gently touch each other. And it goes 3 inches below your belly button. If you want to try that out, feel free. You can't get this wrong. You're doing it perfect that you're here, and we're all in Sangha together, so honor that time and space that we're here together, and you're perfect as you are. That feels really good. So, welcome. Again, we'll start with the 3 strikes of the bell, and then we'll do a bow together to start. That'll start our first sitting of 20 minutes, and then we'll do a 10-minute Dharma Talk, and then a 10-minute sitting. Any questions before we start? Excellent. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. It's great to be together again after a break and traveling and adventures. All right, so let's go ahead and get into a position that feels right for you. So the year of the fire horse in the Chinese tradition, entering into that today can be a monumental day for a lot of people, and a lot of different ways of looking at it. And a woman in the sauna was asking, how to interpret or be with the energy of the fire horse, and what does it mean? And I asked her what did she think it meant, and she decided to flip it and ask, I'm actually posing the question to you. And so it made me reflect on it, of that, what does it mean to me to be coming into this age of the fire horse, and the energy of that, and what does it mean to me? And that this place of this image of a horse with fire, and it's either its belly or coming out of it, it's however you look at it. And for me, I take it as the internal fire inside the horse, of that the part of the belly of the horse that has that fire in it, that I know that horses can have this energy to it that is unlike any other being, especially if you've been on a horse and felt the power of a horse when you're sitting on it, of how infinitesimal I'm at their will when you're sitting on the horse. And that the way that I look at it is how the internal side of myself is going to expand and grow. And through Zazen and seated meditation, that's that deepening of my practice, not only with sitting in stillness and silence, but then how do I do that in all the other areas of my life? And so as I was telling her that about in my book, The Dojo, about being an integrated leader is what I speak about. And so can it, not be about that you got to go out and do like dramatic things, or it has to be monumental on all these areas of your life, but can you deepen them a little more, so that if you are practicing meditation and you do have a spiritual practice, that you take it a layer deeper and you bring that internal fire up in it, like if you were to blow embers on a fire and it just kind of raise up the heat a little bit, and then so that would be in the spiritual arena. And then the relationships, can you deepen the relationships that you already have, and really take that fire and really connect on that next level of depth of relationship. And if you take care of your body and you have those ways of taking care of it, I used to go out and I used to think, train harder, I would push harder, I want to train like Andrew trains, and I mean, he inspires me on the way that he can train. And I'm in my own 56-year-old body that has its own history, and that I can be inspired, but I can also deepen my fire in me of how I'm taking care of my body, and what does that mean. And so that fire inside of that of my body, of taking care of it. And then in legacy or work, if you're in your career still, or you're doing legacy projects, can you really take and deepen that, and maybe even take it a little bit more than you've been doing it? I mean, I have the example of a lot of you three that are doing legacy to me projects of helping people out unconditionally the way you do, and the way that you take care of people that are actually dying or going through cancer, and what is it like to be in deeper relationship with them. And so that integrating into my life of being even more of a fire in all those areas of my life, and letting that burn really bright and hot at what is already there, but let it expand and even deepen more than it's currently doing. So how can I deepen my relationship with all of you even more than I am currently doing it? And how can I take care of my body even more? And then the sitting practice of or a spiritual practice. If you, if you're in relationship with the Lord or Jesus, can you deepen that practice? Can you be more in relationship with your Hara or your core and Buddhist practices? For myself, and I'm doing that right now. I'm April 8th. I'm getting ordained. I'm going through the ceremony of being ordained in the tradition of Buddhism, and that's me burning that ember and that flame hotter and owning the side of myself as the Roshi or the teacher, and really honoring that side and that depth within myself. And Amber's watched me resist it or push it away and say, not now. And so it's this time of my life when I'm really like letting that internal flame of my spiritual practice be it at what I believe is all of me, and really let that shine out into the world without any inhibitions or worrying about what people think. Because I used to, put all my spiritual practices in the closet for what people would judge me or talk about me as, being raised in a Buddhist tradition. So to be ordained and be known as a Roshi is a big way of me shining that flame. And so I want to encourage all of you of your spiritual practice of what would it be like to take a layer deeper in whatever you want to call going deeper looks like for you. And maybe it is having a regular morning practice and doing it for a little bit longer. Or I remember there was a time that I would put on a robe, a Buddhist robe, and honor my practice by doing that every single morning before I sat. And so the encouragement is to deepen all these areas of your life, to integrate yourself with the energy of that fire horse that can really burn bright, of that energy of, again, I remember sitting on a horse in Estes Park, and the rancher told me, yeah, we got you a little bit of a wild horse that has a little spunk that's bucked a few people off. And I could feel his energy and my relationship with his fire inside of his belly. It just brings it back of how I was conscious of that this was one powerful being that could have me go off of him at any time. And that's that fire to me. And can I be in relationship with it and not be scared of it? I was so scared of taking the commitment to be ordained and do that I would shy away from it for many, many years and not want to fully commit to that. And so when my parents invited me into that on Thanksgiving, I felt the resistance and I said yes at the same time. So now I'm in that process of learning chants and really owning who I am as a Zen Roshi. And so I want to be the example because I want to walk my talk, and I want to do it in my legacy practices. I want to do it in my relationships with all of you and anybody I come in contact with. One of the chants that I'm doing is, about taking refuge as all my relationships are Sangha. And can I be in relationships with everybody how I'm in relationship with all of you while we sit in stillness and silence? And it can be the little things that bring that out in you. I was coming back from my run that I hurt my calf, and I was walking down the hill, and I was coming back and my head was kind of low in the whole, I couldn't even do my run. And I saw a guy going to jump start his car with a Makita battery. And I said, hey man, I live right around the corner. Can I grab my car and come jump that for you if you got some jumper cables? And just the fact that, I took that step to be in Sangha with him for that moment and get to know Jeffrey. I've never met him, and serve and be in service the way that you model. And well, you two model that very well also, and you, all of us. And so I'm asking you to fan the flame even more. And I see it all in you, and sitting in stillness and silence together is that example of that. And so what you're cultivating here is that energy of that fire horse, and being in relationship with your Hara, and being in community from that place of stillness and silence. So that's my encouragement for the year of the fire horse, and I'm honored to sit in Sangha with all of you. And if you need any support or you have any questions towards this, I'm always available for that. So yeah, that's my Dharma talk tonight. Again, I do have the DojoX YouTube channel if you want to see any of the talks that I have given. That's always available. And then the meditations, the 10-minute and the 20-minute, and the description of the meditations are always available online. So to promote this and share this with people. You can also invite anybody who you feel called that would benefit from being together. Yeah, we're always looking to grow and expand this, and they don't even have to be here because we're live streaming it. So. And then finally, in case you weren't here, that I did start a donation box. If you ever feel called to giving a donation to the Sangha, that is that little box right there that used to be in my dad's temple and his Sangha donation box. So that's also available if you feel called to that. So thank you for being here, and I'm honored to sit in Sangha together. So. Let's go ahead and sit for our next 10 minutes. And here's to the fire horse in all of us. That's right. Right in that belly. In that 3 inches below your belly button is your chi, or that fire inside of you that monks can sit in snow and not get cold because they're breathing and focusing on that energy spot, and that will burn a fire in you that'll keep you warm on the coldest days. So, okay. Thank you. And again, if you can fluff your pillows at the end and just dust off your mat, that would be great. And I'll go ahead and put them away after the next couple days. Thank you. Thank you.